An imitation of legality and a simulation of choice. That is how Russia's election watchdog Golos described the country's March presidential elections.
It was an imitation of the whole election process, imitation of political involvement among the so-called candidates, imitation of an election campaign and its coverage by media outlets, imitation of the voter turnout by forcing people to show up and vote.
David Kankia says the 77% turnout that the Central Election Commission of Russia cites is the result of government coercion. For example, state employees were brought to polling stations in large numbers and pressured to vote. On top of that, parts of the country used an opaque online voting system.
Those regions which are using electronic voting this time have, according to the figures published by the Central Electoral Commission, suddenly experienced an increase in the number of voters as compared to 2018, while the demographic tendency in Russia has been negative. So less people, more voters, which is, to say the least, suspicious.
Observers have registered some violations during voting that include ballot stuffing, hidden campaigning, and even cases of violence and intimidation against voters. Kankia says the government threatened to punish people who wrote political statements like "No to War" on their ballots.
There were statements that charges would be brought against those voters who wrote something on the ballots, accusing them of discrediting Russia's armed forces. There were cases of violence against voters and against observers.
Russia's Central Election Commission stated elections were conducted fairly and that Putin earned over 87% of the vote to claim a fifth term as president. For Kateryna Besedina in Washington, NRI's VOA News.